Hi there everyone. So today we are looking at multiplying and dividing fractions and mixed numbers. So multiplying fraction is by far the easiest thing to do really in terms of fractions. So because when we multiply fractions, you simply need to multiply the numerators by the numerators and the denominators by the denominators. Okay, so 3/4 times 2/5. So you're going to times the top two. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then 4 times 5, which is 20. And then of course, like any fraction, you should look to try and simplify it, which this one clearly does, which is going to be 3/10. All right, and that's it. That is multiplying fractions. You times the top two times the bottom two. All right. So if you're multiplying by a whole number, however, then you need to think about the fact that this is divided by 1. So for example, 3/4 times 2 is the same as 3/4 times 2/1, which is going to give you 6/8. Or sorry, 6/4, I should say. Okay, 6/4. And look at it, because it times the top two and times the bottom two. So 6/4 would be 4, which becomes 3/2, which would be 1.5. All right, so that's what you do if it was a whole number. All right, so dividing fractions. So the rule is, and I'm sure you will have come across this one, is something called KFC. Nothing to do with the Kentucky Fried Chicken chain. It's the idea, obviously, helping you to remember that you keep the first fraction, you flip the second fraction, and you change the sign. All right, so KFC is a way of remembering how to divide fractions. So you keep the first fraction, all right, that's the bit, 3/4. Then you flip the second fraction upside down, which is going to be 8/7. And then you change the sign from divide to times, okay? And then because it's now times, then I can literally do what I've just done. So times the top two, so 3/8, and the bottom two, 4/7, and that's going to give me 24/28, which simplifies because it's going to both divide by 2, which is going to be 12/14, which divides even further, so it's divided by 2 again, so that's going to give me 6/7. Okay, there you go. Right, so multiplying, dividing mixed numbers. Well, don't even attempt to do mixed numbers by multiplying. It's horrendous. So really all that you can do is you must turn these into improper fractions, and there is a lesson about converting mixed numbers to improper fractions, so please look at that one. So that's what you must do. You must. All right, there's no, please don't try to do the whole numbers and the fractions separately. It doesn't work, and it's definitely wrong. So you need to turn them into top of the fractions first of all. All right, so change the first one. So 1 times 4 plus 1 is 5. All right, so 5/4. 1 times 5 plus the 2 is 7, so 7/5. Now just times the top two, 35, times the bottom two, 20, and then look to convert back, or simplify first. I don't know which it's going to do. Oh, yeah, simplify first, divide them both by 5, which is 7/5. Now convert back, so how many 5s go into 7? 1 with 2 left, which is going to be 1 2/5. All right, and it'll be the same for divide, if I'm honest. So you're still going to go through the same process. You're still going to get to the point of doing this. But of course, you're then going to use the KFC rules. If you keep the first one, you're going to flip the second one, and then you're going to multiply. All right. So don't think any division is any different somehow. It isn't. You've just got to basically flip the second one around once you've converted it. Okay. And of course, don't forget to simplify. Right. Okay. So if you need practice on those skills, then obviously please go to the website maths-school.co.uk and have a go. But of course, if you need revisiting or reminding of how to convert things to top of fractions, then please look at the other lessons. All right, thanks for listening.